On today's joyride, as I head to the gym, which takes about 15 minutes, we're going to talk about how the universe doesn't deliver on your time. I'm sure you can relate to this topic, but before, I want to just do some housekeeping, lots of stuff going on. Final shout out for the men's retreat. I have a men's retreat happening in a couple weeks. This is the first weekday retreat, which is going to make it intimate. So if you want more time for you, we do group processing. We're going to have a workouts. We're going to have a chef there. We're going to have, it really feels like adult summer camp packed into just 2 to 3 days. And it's like a Snickers bar, just like packed with wellness. Anyway, if you know a man, or if you want to process with other like-minded men, tap my bio, and I'll see you up in the mountains for that. What else? Hey, if you haven't checked out my AI, it's improving weekly, almost at the rate of like AI. It's crazy how much content is packed into that thing, and it's ongoing because you ask it questions and it pulls from all my stuff, podcasts, articles, everything that I do, it's pulling from me. So that makes me happy that it's not scraping the internet, but just my content. Check that out, tap my bio for that. Okay, let's talk about how the universe doesn't deliver on your time. And by the way, these joyrides, you can jump in at any time. Just ask to be requested in. The whole point of this is to connect with you guys as much as I can, even if I'm, in transition, for example, going to the gym. I wrote this post this morning. Actually, I didn't write it. I'm lying. I rewrote it from a Facebook memory. And how many of you can relate to wanting something, working your ass off, things not working out, not getting the call back, and getting discouraged, right? I can relate to that, living in Los Angeles and always getting involved in different projects. Always felt like the universe playing ding dong ditch with me. Knocking on my door, I answer it, no one's there, right? But I've learned that over the years, there are things happening that I can't see. There are things happening, of course I can't see, because I'm only one person in one space, and so there are things happening around me. So whether it is people talking shit about me, or it's the manifestation of me planting seeds over the years, or putting intention, energy into the universe, a desire, and then that being matched in some way, right? So here's what I know. The things that have happened in my life that seem to come out of nowhere, they were big life-changing things, and they didn't come out of nowhere, but I think it felt like it came out of nowhere because I didn't see them coming, but there are things happening that I can't see. So I feel like seeds were planted, I'm building my things, I'm setting intentions, I'm working hard. Things don't come on my time, but when they come, they're unexpected, and they've been working, those plates have been spinning, not in my vision. Does that make sense? Right? So my point is that, and I know it's a choice, my point is that if you choose to believe that you just do what you can control, and yes, there's going to be times that you're discouraged, there's going to be times that you are disappointed, of course, there's going to be times that you build something and it doesn't work, right? And then of course there's information, and you take that learning. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about your empire or a relationship. We are always building things, but I feel like if it lines up with who you are, your truth, your story, right? And this is the whole alignment piece. And you constantly, I don't even know if the word is constantly, but you consistently, because constantly feels like there's dread behind it. If you consistently work toward that, run toward your true north, put your head down, not be worried about what's happening around you, but focus on your craft, focus on the dent you want to make, the story you want to tell, and you turn that into a lifestyle, the universe will deliver. I believe the universe will deliver. Now, it may not come in the form that you want, right? It may not come in what you imagined, but I know that the universe delivers because it will have the same feeling of what you wanted. Does that make sense? So it may not look like what you wanted. For example, if you're trying to manifest a love, a relationship, a healthy relationship, or the kind of relationship you've always wanted, that person may not look the way that you imagined, but you will know that that person was meant because the feeling, and they're not always good feelings, you have to take your medicine sometimes, but the feeling overall, cumulatively, is what you've been wanting. The example that I use is, I grew up in Los Angeles, and I thought the dream was to have a house in the Hollywood Hills, very predictable, right? The fancy cars, the horseshoe-shaped driveway, the 3-picture deal, whatever, right? And so I thought that was success in my 30s because I was a screenwriter. And today, I have a house in a different part of the hills, the Altadena Hills, which I never thought I would live in. And if you would have asked me in my 30s, would you like to live there? I'd be like, where the hell is it? And the answer is no, right? But the calm and the groundedness, the feeling that I have when I open my garage, or do my ice plunge, or jump into my sauna, or podcast, like my lifestyle, right? The feeling that I have when I get on my motorcycle or go to the coffee shop with my daughter, it is so aligned with what I wanted, even though it doesn't look like what I imagined. And so what that does for me is then I trust that there are things happening. I trust the universe. And I also trust that what falls into my life is meant to, even if it's not what I want, because it's going to teach me something, or it's going to be a catalyst to my growth, to my repositioning, to something, right? I may meet someone. It's all contributing to the unfolding. So it is a choice to believe this. It is difficult to believe this, but what's the alternative? To just be discouraged and depressed that shit's not happening while you're working your ass off? No. So that's today's tip: is to know, is to believe, is to trust your story, and that there are greater things happening that you cannot see as you plant seeds, as you are aligned, as you put action behind intention, as you work hard, as you continue to build. Once you're out of alignment, then yes, things may not happen. But as long as you are in alignment, and that's another conversation, and it looks differently for everyone. But I'll tell you what, alignment is less logical and more feeling based, more soul based, more kind of whole centered based. If you feel alignment, you could also tell just by your nervous system overall, right? If your life is constantly activating your nervous system where you feel the sky is falling all the time, you're probably not aligned. And yes, I understand that nervous systems require healing and a practice, right, to calm. But overall, and this is why it's like tricky. You got to decide, what is life not being aligned for me, or is it just me not working hard or not willing to look at things I need to look at? So, they're abstract conversations. You got to decide what is truth. You have to decide what needs examination. You have to take ownership, right? And not just say, oh, things aren't happening, they're not meant to. because that's kind of a cop-out. Anyway, happy Monday. Hope you're feeling lots of gratitude. This is the time of year where we reflect, where people are opening doors, where there's a lot of fancy coffee drinks, and and people are smiling, they're kinder, and I love this time of year because I feel like we should be like this all the time, but during the holidays, we're just more human. Thank you for hanging out with me. Be well.